Hello, hello,
Hello, Sherry.
My dad was
hello.
angry when I
Hey,
told him I
Sherry.
had to get on
How are
today.
your weekend?
Hello, Sherry.
Hello, Claire.
It's
Here comes.
quite cold today.
What's that?
It's pretty chilly today. I had to wear a sweatshirt.
I know the season is a changing, but then this weekend we're gonna get a last week of 90s, which is my perfect temperature.
Mine is 80 or 70.
Yeah, so you probably like fall, all right. I can
Hmm
do 80s. I like 80s and 90s best. Definitely a summer girl here. Everyone doing good? Yes, Andrew.
Notice anything different?
For a different room.
The mirror?
Oh, that's a mirror?
But I can't see. I can't see what you're doing. It would have to be behind you, Andrew. Know what I mean?
That's it. That's the edge of the mirror right there. Right there.
Right.
Oh, I see.
It would have to be behind you for us to be able to see what you're doing. So to have one to one side or the other side would be helpful for the purpose, for the cause, to see what you got going on.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of that last night. I'm like, maybe we could try to tilt it just a little bit, but
Well,
nah.
I mean, we were just talking about, I keep thinking that Andrew's on different devices. And I said, maybe if you really wanted to show me this one time, put a mirror behind you and we could see your setup, right? But it's not behind you, so that wouldn't help at all. Hey,
Yeah, it
Andrew,
is.
I'm going to pick on you for a minute.
Yes.
Can you please read the message that you sent me in classroom?
I don't have it open.
Okay. It ended with LOL and it started with I don't even know, right? That's that jargon we talk about that you talk with your friends, right? And much as I like all of you, I mean, I'm not your friend. I'm kind of like your teacher and your boss, right? So I don't mean mean, but that is not professional language that I would like to see you putting in classroom.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. I mean, I'm also, I'm being observed all year and she's going in and looking at my stuff whenever she wants it, for one thing. Plus, I'm just trying to teach you when you need to use more professional of a language. Okay. I'm not trying to hammer on you. Okay.
Hammer on me.
Don't put things like that in chat. Okay. I've
Okay.
told you that before. Okay. So let's get to business, shall we?
All right.
Have your earbuds in? Jonathan? Are you ready to go this morning?
Yes,
You ready to contribute?
yes,
Answer some things today, right?
right.
Okay, and Sam, are your headphones working?
Yeah.
Good. See, we can hear you so much better that way. And if those bug you, maybe you need like a different kind of a pair of those, but we can hear you so much better like that. That really helps.
Yeah, I take it off. If it bars me, I take it off for a minute, put it back on.
Okay, but I mean, it's an hour and 20 minutes, but you also have your IEP today, so I'll need you to have those on your IEP too, all right? And do you have your introduction down? Sam? Introduction?
What introduction? What is that?
Commercial.
No, the introduction to your IEP. Hi, or good morning, good afternoon. My name is Sam Reynolds. I'm going to run my own IEP
Yes.
today. You got that down? Good, good, good. And Jonathan, I
Yeah.
know you're practicing yours like crazy. So yeah, Sam has her IEP today and Jonathan has his tomorrow. Woo, woo, woo. Doesn't make me busy at all. All right. So did you all print out what I asked you to print out? I asked for more than that. What did I ask for over the weekend? On Saturday. I asked for a daily recognition report. your email mentor. Even when you're mouthing bad words, I can understand what they are, Andrew.
I was saying flip.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like that when you're mouthing it.
Sorry about that.
About this, everyone that hadn't done it.
I
And
think I did that with John. Sorry to interrupt.
Out your email mentor. Yes, Nathan?
I tried to print that paper out, but it came out very funky in 4 pages.
Well, it is a lot of pages. This is a lot of pages.
Oh.
It's like 12, I think. Because I gave you all one originally, right? But a lot of you just handed them back into me blank. Or with a couple little scribbles. Yes, Jordan, great job being prepared. Yes, Stefan? Stefan? I did send them to your dad. And I sent them on Saturday. I sent it to you and your dad.
Huh.
So how many of you are prepared? Raise your hand. 1. Really? 2. And 3 people out of 12 prepared. Eleanor, you have your hand up. I have 4 people out of 12. Oh, Devin, you're prepared too? Yes? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
So that's 5 out of 12. Really hard to run a whole class thing with only 5 out of 12 people prepared, though. Jordan, did you print out your email mentor?
That I didn't know we had to print that out. I thought you sent us that to look it over.
Well, the reason I'm asking that is because I have all the other things printed, and I was supposed to print that this morning, but then I got on Zoom. You know how I get afraid to go away from it? So I couldn't do it. Does one of you have your email mentor for this week printed out? No. All right. Who can open it up and read it?
I have it open right now.
Okay. Thank you, Clad.
Is it the second one you sent us today?
Because we need to be able to.
I have the template open right now.
All right. Can you read it to the class, please?
Sure. Email mentor, second email to blank. CC Sherry Studebaker at sanjuan.edu, subject email mentor. Hi, mentor's name, first name only. Information to include. Thank you for your reply. I found it interesting that you blank. Ask a question about what you found interesting. At Project Switch, I am learning blank, blank, and blank. What do you like best about your job? What do you think the 3 most important employability skills are? Kind regards, sincerely, blank. Your full name.
Okay, so you see how it has to start getting a little off script at the top of that because people got different responses, right? So you're going to find something that you thought was interesting in their response, okay? But I found it interesting that you what? Okay? And then you're going to ask a question about that thing that you thought was interesting, okay? Was that too unclear?
Nope, that sounds clear. Awesome.
Okay. So Stefan and Clad, you were the 2 that sent Justia, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Clad, did yours go through? Did she reply?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Why is that?
Stefan, she didn't reply to you, correct?
Oh, wait.
Not that I'm aware of, no, but I checked and I reply.
Let me check.
Yeah, because she's having a problem with the San Juan email addresses, and she prefers that you just use your own.
Because, that's strange. He didn't.
Okay,
so,
yeah. He sent me back this thing, I guess because Kaiser's, San Juan's particular who they let in. Kaiser's also particular. So they're being returned to me in this weird looking fashion where she couldn't read them. So the first thing I need you to do today is
you want us to use it with our personal email, right?
Yeah, just for you two, okay, Stefan?
Sure, I could do that.
Okay. So
Okay.
Glad I want you to send it with a personal email.
Got it.
And then you're going to have to wait a couple of days to be able to send your next one, right?
That's fine.
replies to you.
Okay.
But do know the second one does need to go out this week. Okay?
Okay.
This is a once a week thing. That's why I didn't give you a journal prompt today. I don't want to give you too much to do that you can't keep up with it. Because, gosh, I'm really proud of all of you. When I've gone through and looked at everything you have done already in 2 months, I'm like, wow. I'm kind of working them hard, but they're doing a great job. Go ahead, Stefan.
And also, I do apologize for not printing those things. That was all on me. So today, I'm also going to attempt to print those today as well.
And you know, if we were in class,
My dad is off today, so he can help me with that.
Okay. Yeah, if we were in class, we'd be able to teach you that. But from our squares, it's kind of hard to teach you how to operate your printer. You know what I mean?
No, it's fine. It's
Everyone might not have one.
I should have been like.
Stefan, I think it would be great if your dad taught you how to operate it, though. Right?
He's been trying, but he's been so busy keeping track of my sister and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he gets back from work, he'll help me print.
One more thing, could I get you to sit still?
Yes.
You're our rocker. Okay.
Oh.
So,
Sorry.
yes, class.
Before we begin, can you tell me Justia's email?
Well, you have it
Let's see.
because you already sent it to her.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I'm not set up where I can go find those things for you when we're in Zoom.
That's fine. Stefan, you can send me that later.
It's Justia
Yeah.
dot Blakely, Blakely, at kp.org, I believe. But I want you to check your own. And I will not have time to do all things today. I have so many meetings this week. I think I have like 15 meetings this week besides what we do together. I mean, I'm really, it's starting to come to a head here, right? I have to finish Jonathan's IEP for tomorrow. Sam's is ready. And there's so many.
Don't worry, I won't bug you.
In between. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the daily recognition report, okay? If you don't have it with you, we're just going to kind of have to go along. If you do, that is definitely preferred. So every day, I want you to do this. It should take 5 minutes maximum, okay? And then when we have our phone calls on Fridays, I want you to have it prepared, and I will have our staff one prepared, and we're going to talk about them, okay? So if you're seeing numbers in yourself than we're seeing, we're going to discuss why, okay? I also really like notes. Like, look at, this is the ones that Yvonne does. She gives me this many notes a week on why she's doing things, which is awesome because it's really good input for me. And to know what things you need to work on, right? So that I would like every day, every week, okay? This one, for those that hadn't done it, I was thinking that's what we were going to do today, but you don't have it printed. So that kind of leaves us in a mess. And that's why I even made sure I sent you all things Saturday, so I wasn't just sending it to you Sunday night. So I'm kind of at a loss right now for what we're going to do. Another thing, there's like 4 of you that are missing your 30-second commercial to Sue. How many of you have not sent your 30-second commercial to Sue?
I did.
I sent mine to her.
Eleanor, you were on
At
the
least
list.
twice.
So Eleanor, you were on the list that you didn't send it. Jonathan, they're just gonna have to help you because I know that you don't even have it. Who else? I know there are 4 people on the list. So please just double check to make sure she has those so that Jordan and her team can work on the newsletter. So I also want to tell you there's a school board meeting tomorrow night regarding when we would return. Okay?
Wait, what?
There's a school board meeting tomorrow night that if any of you want to get on, I don't know the address for you, but you get on San Juan, right? And you could hear what they're saying. So it looks like they're trying to bring people in special education back sooner, and they're looking at the earliest date of November 2nd. Honestly, I'm just going to talk with all of you about my thoughts on it, which technically my boss can't even ask me this. So I just hope that we can kind of keep it a little private. And that's because of our union asking us to do that, right? After tomorrow night, everyone will know the answer. But what we're asking teachers is if they're ready to go back. My thoughts are this. Yes, if we can go back to our regular program, you know, we can do our mobility. We can start working on getting back in the hospital. I'm all about it. Or if you are half students, you know, half students in the class at a time, I'm all about it. But if they just want to put all of us in a classroom and not let us do anything besides the things we're doing, I'd rather do it like this. You know, there's not ventilation in our classroom. There's one door that opens. There is essential heat and air, but it's not even controlled by us. And we're not little, right? We're adults, right? We take up more space than, say, little kids would in a classroom. So those are my thoughts. So my answer was a maybe. Now, if any of you want to try to steer me in a different direction or give me input, I will listen to your input. I see Jordan first. Go ahead.
If they put us all in the same classroom, knowing all classrooms like kind of tiny, so like none of us, if they put us all together, none of us will have 6 feet, and the government wants 6 feet.
I can almost give 6 feet, but the ventilation is another part. And I'm also, part of this is my fight to try to get our program back to where it's supposed to be, right? It's not just supposed to be sitting in a classroom of like 14 of us every day. That's not Project Search. Go ahead, Stefan.
Jordan makes a good point, but my point is that, remember when you said that it would be half a class, like one half would be in the classroom with you and the other half would be on the computer? The other half that's on the computer might not like this idea as much as you think they would. They might be like
what? Stefan might not like what?
The other, so basically what I'm trying to say is you have one side in the classroom with you and the other on the computer. The computer side might not like this idea as well.
Well, but no, it would alternate. So for example, they're looking at a shorter day right now. They're looking at an 8:30 to 12:30, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and a Wednesday would be our prep day, so we wouldn't see you at all. So what it would be is maybe we would have half the class come Monday, Tuesday, with the other half online, right? And then on Thursday, Friday, the other half would be in the classroom, and right? So everyone would get 2 days each of in class, and everyone would get 2 days each of online.
Never mind. That actually makes more sense to what I was thinking.
I mean, this is the only chance like teachers actually get a little bit of a voice here. But it's going to end tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow night it'll be decided, right? But I was in the 2-hour meeting Friday evening regarding this. So, okay. Stefan, does that change your mind?
That makes it a lot more clear for me. So, sounds better than what I was thinking.
Another thing is because it's only 4 hours, and I don't know what I can get, right? But I'm going to ask for the things. I would rather us get to start it 1 hour later because of the fact you'll all be learning to ride the bus. I mean, I would rather do like a 9:30 to 1:30 than 8:30 to 12:30, just so that you all wouldn't have to leave quite as early in the beginning. I mean, you will get there, right? When we have our regular classes, it's 8:30. But with it only being 4 hours, it'd be kind of nice if it was 9:30. Go ahead, Stefan.
I'm going to let you know this now. I can ride the bus fine. It's just I might get nervous at first because I normally when I ride the bus, I'm either with my friends or my dad in them. So I've never rode it myself.
But
so I might get nervous at first.
We're going to train you, okay? We will be riding with you until you feel comfortable. Like with Tyler and Andrew, that might be an exception because Tyler is such a pro and he'd be riding with Andrew that maybe he wouldn't need it. Sam is also very good at riding RT, right, Sam?
Yes.
And I know you know how to get to our class because you've already done it, right? So I'm not too worried about mobility training you either. I'm not worried about mobility training Royce, correct, Royce? Because you know your route.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? Jordan, you know your route, right?
Yes, I know my route from here to the classroom, and then from the classroom back here.
Yes. So we wouldn't need to do mobility training for everyone, but we would need to train Nathan and Eleanor and Stefan and Devin and Clad and Jonathan.
Wait,
Yes, Clad?
I'm okay with riding the RT bus, but I don't know the route.
That's why we're training you.
I just need the route, and I should be able to do it just fine.
Well, I prefer if we go through at least one time with you.
All right.
Just one time, okay? I want to make sure, I want you all out there, but I also want to make sure you're safe and confident out there, right?
Yes.
Are you glad you agree with that or no?
I get that, but I rode the RT so many times during my ARC run.
Then we could do that. I could share the route. I have everyone's routes that I pull. I did that this summer in anticipation of us getting back. Go ahead, Andrew, and then I see Jordan.
So, I forgot what I was gonna say. Can you come back to me, please?
Yes, Jordan.
My feeling, I don't mind going back, but my feeling is if we are gonna go back on the 2nd, Miss Sherry, you know that on the 30th of this month I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, so the 2nd, it would kind of be close to that.
Well, the 30th is what, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would have the weekend to recoup, right? And we won't train. Sorry, you lost that thought. My son is distracting me. If you can't come back that day, you wouldn't come back. But if you could, you know the route, correct? So this is just they're just trying to get people in special education back in sooner than other people. But I feel like we have a very high functioning class here, right? And if they're only going to let us sit in the classroom, I'm not sure how much more we're going to get out of it than what we're doing right here.
Fair
Go
enough.
ahead, Andrew.
I have an idea for that.
What's that?
You know how sometimes it can be a lot of cars parked in the parking lot?
Yeah.
You can also use the outside parking lot that is just for a little bit, but once it gets warmer and hotter, we could move one by one into the classroom.
And that's November. It's starting to get cold outside, right?
What am I thinking?
I'm totally open for all of your input, and that's why we're discussing this right now. Because I'm not the only one. Well, I'm the one that gets to talk about it, but you also have a say, if you feel like you're safe to come back or not. But at our last discussion, pretty much, in fact, everybody was on board. And so the next time they tell us, when everyone goes back to school, I wouldn't have any choices then.
What?
And neither would all of you unless you wanted to just do online learning. And at that point, it would probably not be Project Search. Can't say for sure. What they're telling teachers, right? Some teachers are ready to come back. Some teachers are like, nope, I'm staying online. So a lot of students are going to end up transferring teachers that way, right? So the students are going, no, I'm not ready. They're going to get an online teacher, right? And those that say, yes, I'm ready, they're going to get an in-person teacher. But there might be a lot of mixing of students at that point I mean, that can't really happen in our class, right? I mean, that can't happen. No other teacher can come in and teach in person for me because there's so many processes to go through to get into Kaiser. I mean, they can't just like assign a teacher to come take over Project Search. It's it's very specialized what we're doing here, and people have to have the Kaiser clearance and all the backgrounds and the shots and just all those things. So pretty much, I mean, I could split it. And our staff could help you with the online part, and then I would be helping you with the in-person part. And then John will definitely be in the classroom. So John and I mean, it might be some days we're just, in the beginning, we're just mobility training. I just, I don't know. Personally, I feel like if I give up all this stuff, then I'm not going to get it back, right? Like with you all riding the RT, it makes admin very nervous that you all ride the RT bus. But I am fighting for your independence in the community, right? And I'm not okay with them putting you all on a school bus. I'm not okay with that. I mean, they would try to change it over forever that way, maybe. And then how much do we lose? We lose a lot. Okay? So anyone else have anything they'd like to say about Nathan? Do you have your hand? Go ahead, Nathan.
I was gonna say I'm ready to go. One of the things that I learned about myself is that I'm more of a follower than a leader, but I will advocate for myself. But I'm ready to go. So
good to go, huh?
Yeah, and also I was gonna throw out there that it kind of really defeats the purpose of what we're doing, of what you're trying to teach us, if they're trying to slap us on a school bus.
And keep us in the class all day, because we are a community-based program, right? And I constantly fight for the rights of Project Search, because you don't come in and grow this much in a year by sitting around in a classroom all day. You just don't, right? And we're having plenty of classroom right here, and we're at a safe distance. So I'm willing to take the risk, right? If we can do what we're supposed to be doing. But I just feel like just to put us all in a classroom and do nothing but paperwork like we've been doing, I don't know. Does anyone agree, disagree? I mean, it sounds like Nathan agrees. Anybody have?
I agree.
You agree with that? Okay. So there's a few people I've talked to lately that have said need to participate in class, and I'm done pulling teeth. Okay. I have 4 people right here that do not say much at all. Tyler, Devin, Sam, and Jonathan. Oh, I'm 5, and Royce. Okay, I need feedback from all of you without having to pull your teeth out.
Okay.
I need to hear something from you, because I'm really, this game's getting old to me. Okay, so Devin, what do you have to say about things? Go
Okay. I would say that okay, I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Okay, I can come back, but guys, this is the expectation. I'm done with this. Okay, so Tyler, what do you have to say?
I think going back to the classroom is a good idea, because we get to learn more about being out in the public.
So what about if we're only allowed to go in the classroom? What do you think then?
Well, I think some aspects are still better in person than it is on the internet.
Good input. Okay, thank you. I don't know why you stay so quiet, because you always have good input.
Well, I thought there was a raising your hand rule.
Well, yeah, but you're not raising it. The 5 of you, 4 or 5 of you I just called out are not raising their hands. Go ahead, Sam.
I was gonna say be all better in person than be on the Zoom, because Zoom connection is bad.
That's true. Okay, so I had a couple of you who think it's worth it even if we just go in the classroom. Jonathan, what do you think?
Going back to the classroom.
You want to go to the classroom? To the project classroom, or to the San Juan or Lower Rough classroom? Are you wanting to go to Project Search, or are you wanting to go to Lower Rough?
Project search.
Okay. Okay, Tyler, I see your hand, and then I'm gonna come to Royce, and Clyde, I saw yours too. Go ahead,
Well, I was
Tyler.
gonna say it's just a lot like summer school, where you just get out at like 1 o'clock and then get there at 8:30. So there's less hours, but maybe in the future they'll change it to have more hours.
Oh, definitely they will, as soon as things get a little safer. Okay, Eleanor, you have your hand? Go ahead. Good job.
Project search.
All right. Good job. I should have picked on you too, but you saved yourself and raised your hand. Good job. Royce?
I think it might not be safe for a while.
Well, I know you're my most nervous student.
I'm just really really protecting myself. I'm just I'm waiting patiently for a vaccine. I mean, they could change the schools, but just like that if they don't make it or not.
Right, but chances are a vaccine is going to be a minimum of January, February, March. Do we want to waste an entire year? Is another question. I saw Plaid first, and then Nathan, and then Stefan. Go ahead, Plaid.
Personally, I don't think this type of staying indoors and doing paperwork only isn't really a good representation of product search. It just feels like college work.
Does it feel like college work? Am I working you that hard?
Not really.
So you think it's not worth it if we just go sit in class? Is that what I hear from you?
Yes, because it doesn't really feel like I'm in product search. It just feels like I'm doing some kind of everyday Zoom meeting. Like, it doesn't feel special this way.
I know it, and I feel horrible about it. Okay, who did I say was next, Nathan?
Yeah. Like, I mean, going off of what Tyler said, I mean, it is kind of the same, but it's kind of not the same. And the reason why is that some of us might actually learn better from being able to be shown, because that's one of the things I learned about myself, is that if you tell me to do stuff, I'll try my best to do it, but I learn better to be told and shown, kind of thing.
That is very true. And maybe I didn't put enough consideration there. Stefan, did you have your hand up?
Yes. I was going to say something about the vaccine. It might be a while before they come out with one. So I don't think it's a good idea that we wait, because it might be too late by the time, they do come out with one.
Yeah.
I say we should just go for it. Besides, I'm ready to go back to the class and not have to be on this computer any more than I have to be.
I feel you. I do. I mean, I have gotten used to my little corner in the world right here, but it is very challenging.
I'm going to be honest with you. I still don't like being on the computer. I'd rather be in there in person so I can get things done.
Okay. Anyone else want to discuss that before we kind of go with a little vote again here? Anyone have anything else to say as whether they want to be in class or not in class, all that good stuff? Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, no, like kind of going off of the vaccine thing, you can't really wait for a vaccine. Like, we kept talking about, it's probably going to be too late. But also the way I look at it is that it's kind of like another sickness. You can't really protect yourself. I mean, you can protect yourself from it, but like that's kind of just like any other sickness. Just pretty much have good sanitize. Oh my goodness, that giant word! You know what I mean? Like the sanitization. Yeah, sanitization. And like do the best on that. But that's really the only thing you can do about it.
Well, and then there is another plus to us returning to the classroom. That means we're going to be in Kaiser's eyes again, right? So getting back to the classroom is one step closer to getting back to Kaiser, because then they're like, oh yeah, they do exist. Oh yes, they want to come back, which is one of my big things on that newsletter, right? I want them to see your faces. I want them to get to know you. So any other thoughts? All right. So how should we look at this? How many want to go back to class no matter what else happens short of a school bus? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jonathan, you said you wanted to go back to class. So where's your hand?
Yes.
Okay, I just asked people how many of you want to go back to our class to raise their hands.
Wait, never
There you
mind.
go. Let me get this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. It looks like you all feel pretty strongly about this, and that's why I'm really glad I talked with you, because honestly, I put myself down as a maybe. But I want to support our students in our program, and so however I can do that best, I'm willing to do it. Okay?
I really appreciate that.
Okay.
All
Woo.
right.
And I won't mind having a whole Wednesday for prep. That isn't awful. And you have a whole Wednesday where you don't have to work with me, huh?
Mhm.
I like working with you though.
Oh, thank you. All right, so it's 9:36. I don't know how I can go over much with all of you since you don't have what.
I'm gonna print mine when we're done with this. I'm gonna go in there and print mine, all 3 of these, if you sent them to my dad.
So were there any questions on the email mentor? Oh, I see your hand in the mirror behind you, Andrew. I just don't see your technology.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to see because, you know,
Oh, wait, move over a little bit. That does show us something. So what's
that's you.
That's in students' bedrooms everywhere.
Anyway,
Okay, so scoot aside for a little bit there. Let me see what you got. Okay, so I see you just, so that is your iPad, correct? Andrew?
yep,
And you just have it up on like your,
music stand.
okay. So that's behind you?
It's in front of me. I'm looking at you right now.
So what are you using? Is that the only thing?
Yes, I
Okay.
can even show. I can even show you the rolling cart that I have.
Okay. What's that for?
That's for all the stuff that it's pretty much kind of like my mom always called it my little office.
Okay. Well, I mean, I do see that better, and I do feel better about that. Okay. It's just because I'm always seeing you, you know, going up here and stuff and going away from it, and I can see that's because you have it on the stand, right?
Yeah, and I'm also muting myself at the same time. So
And you're what?
muting myself at the same time. So
Okay. That looks fine to me. Thank you for showing that.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, right. I thought, you know how you said that there was nothing to go over for today? That we were going to go over this today.
Yes, we can go over that. Hold on. We're going to get that to me. She's been texting me here. Yes, please.
Gives me enough time to get a drink of water.
Okay. So yes, we can talk about our codes. Do you all have that prepared? Because that was from last week. So you should have this. And you should have this, which is 2 pages.
Oh.
And you should have your card from your badge. So how many people has all of those things? Raise your hand. Eleanor has it all. Do you have all of these things? Okay, guys, I'm seeing you show me your badges and stuff. I'm asking you, do you have all of this stuff beside you? How many of you have this printed out and ready to go?
Yes.
I thought
If I'm correct, I do, but I cannot find it.
See, we're going about the same odds here. How about how many of you have this printed out? This I gave you in your folder.
Yes, I have that.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this you should all have because it came in your badge. Right?
Yep.
I have that badge.
Okay. So it looks like not as many people have this, correct?
No.
No.
So I'm guessing the other sheet with the other looks kind of like the color coded ones. So the yellow,
All in
mine
it.
was in the yellow folder, which is my bedroom. So
Okay, these are all sent, I believe it was 10-1 when I sent 3 attachments together on the safety.
Mhm.
Okay, so everything you're all missing today, please have it tomorrow. Okay, your daily recognition, I want you to start completing today. So you need that. Okay, this I would love to start doing with those of you that haven't got it done, because we need to do this 3 times this year, and we're already 2 months in. Okay, so we can't see the growth if we just try to do them like back to back to back, right? We need to see growth in between. So that's why I need you to have that. This is because it's our safety unit, so I need you to have it. But it sounds like most everyone has something with codes. Okay, so how about that's what we talk about now. Good with that? Good, everybody's good with that? Okay, so I've told you once, but I want to remind you, when you're at Kaiser, any person that works at Kaiser or any management, right? And they also have like, they get audited all the time, right? So people that aren't even Kaiser management come in and they check on what's going on. So at any point, they can ask you what a code is, okay? It's okay if you don't have it memorized, but if you don't have this on you to pull out and say, I don't have it memorized, but let me check for you, because you want to give them an answer right then, okay? They do not want to hear, I don't know, I left it at home. They don't want to hear anything like that, okay? Because it could get you removed from the hospital. Okay, so I want you to understand it's really important, and that's for safety. Like Jonathan, who doesn't want to talk, Jonathan is up at the hospital and they ask you one of these codes, you're either going to know it and you're going to say it to them, or you're going to out and say, give me a second and I'll look. Okay? Because if not, it's not safe for the hospital to have you in there. All right? They're big on the safety part. And that's why, Jonathan in particular, when people talk to you, you have to respond. Because if managers ask you a question and you just like laugh, or you don't answer, is not going to be acceptable at Kaiser. It's not acceptable even here, right? But at Kaiser, they're going to go no. And then one more thing about your badge. Employees at Kaiser call it the walk of shame if you forget your badge, because you get sent home. Okay, so remember, your badge is what you're actually getting that we haven't got yet, right? Your Kaiser badge, but this is always in there. And if you come without that Kaiser badge, you're going to have to exit for the day. Go ahead, Jordan.
My badge, my old one, it's not in my old lanyard. My badge is not in there, and I've looked everywhere for my badge, and I can't find it.
Okay, and let me tell you all why that is a problem. Your badge gives you access to our classroom. And I need to know the day you do not have that, because Jordan, anyone that found that can get in our classroom any time of day, any day, and do whatever they want in there. So if you ever lose a badge, it is critical that I know immediately so I can stop the access.
Okay.
So Jordan, I'm going to have to, let me get my pen, sorry. Oh, here. Nope. Here it is. Okay, I have to stop access on that.
Yeah.
Okay, stop.
I always keep my badge by my bed.
Stop access. Jordan's badge. So this is really important, okay? Because you'll find you have some friends and stuff that maybe you don't realize yet, but they can be not quite upstanding sometimes, right? And I have had one particular student from Laurel Ruff, not even in our class, that I've had to have security remove on more than one occasion. Okay? I've had past students that have like stolen iPads and things like that. So it's really important that you keep your access and that you don't share it. Okay? And then if you lose it, I need to know right away. Okay, that's a big deal.
Sorry about that, Miss Sherry. I thought I'd just let you know since we were talking about badges, and I did say I looked everywhere for it, but I can't find it.
Okay, but see, that's like a thing. It's like you don't call me on the morning of an appointment, right? And you don't let me know a month or two later that your badge, it's not even just our classroom. You have access to so many places with that badge, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
Like what kind of places could you get in with your badge?
Like many different departments, like the sleep lab, or where it used to be anyway, and the second floor, I think.
Elevators,
Yeah, elevators. Yeah.
Royce, can you think of more places that you have access to with your badge?
Up. I think the second floors and the next door buildings over at Kaiser. I mean, can you like say that the people who work at one of the stores last year still have our badges? Like, because if we didn't know like at least 2 months and you lost it, that seems kind of bad.
So Royce, are you saying you've lost your badge?
No, I kept mine in one spot. Very sense.
Okay, good. Nathan, you had your hand up?
Yes, I just wanted to say, like Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility.
That is so true. And that is a great quote, right?
Yes.
I think that's a good one to live by. Okay? Especially because this is more power than most of you have had before, right? I mean, how many times can you walk through a hospital and just put your badge up to a door and have them just magically open for you, like all over the place? Go ahead, Nathan.
That's why I kind of was a little bit nervous about starting Project Search, is that I'm pretty good at keeping track of my stuff, but there are times when I do make a oopsie and I misplace stuff.
Well, and this is part of this growing up thing that we're doing in this class, right? So a lot of you still need to practice and work on some things like that. And that's why I'm driving it home. Okay. Any more questions, comments? All right. So let's talk about codes. And I want to tell you there will be a test on codes. Okay? And you have all you need at home to practice them, right? You have the power. There's not that many of them. Okay? So, code red. Raise your hand. Glad.
Fire.
Tyler, what happens in the hospital when they call a code red?
They shut a lot of doors and they make sure I think people still work sometimes, but that's just the drill. But most of the time you have to go up the stairs and like exit the building.
Well, yeah, so when they say a code red or even a test for a code red, all the hallway doors close all over. And at first that scared me. I'm like, code red right now, right here? Staff still laugh at me about that. But yes, that's what happens. You can push the doors and go through them. It's okay. But in case there's a fire, right, what do they tell you is the smartest thing to do even at home in case there might be a fire, to be prepared? Go ahead, Andrew.
I mean, you said to be prepared for it?
To be prepared. Like, what should you do when you go to bed at night with your doors? Should they be open or should they be closed?
Close them.
Yes. And why is that, Andrew?
Oh, come on, I know it from high school. Shoot, it's kind of hard to remember.
Stefan has his hand up. Go ahead, Stefan.
To keep out intruders.
For a fire?
No, to keep out intruders.
No, but I'm asking for fire safety.
Oh.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, yes.
I think
yes,
it's because
yes,
I think it's because it keeps the fire from spreading as fast.
Exactly. And Sam, I'm so sorry. Here, I give you a hard time on not raising your hand, and you raised your hand a little bit back, and I forgot to call on you. What did you want to say?
I said red could be for anything.
Anything. How do you figure that? So how'd you get that answer, Sam?
I looked it up before.
No, code red is fire. Okay, if they were to use code red for everything, then, you know, that's why they have these different ones. So the definition for code red, fire, is to provide an appropriate response in the event of an actual or suspected fire in order to protect life, property, and vital services. As a volunteer, your response is that you need to remain calm, explain what's happening, close doors in the area, and don't use elevators. And who can call about this? You can. So although we're not volunteers, we are kind of classified in that department because we're not paid employees at Kaiser, right? So you'll see on that who can call, whether you can call or whether you need to get someone else to call, depending on the color, the code, okay? So code blue, who wants to talk about that one? So go ahead, Royce.
Code blue stands for blue pediatric. Am I saying it right?
Pediatric.
Thank you. It stands for to provide an appropriate response to a suspected or imminent. Thank you.
Big word.
Cardiopulmonary arrest or a medical emergency for an adult, pediatric or neonatal patient.
Neonatal.
Thank you.
Okay. So code blue.
I think it means immediate surgery.
Gosh. I haven't done these a little bit. I thought code blue was if someone could be having a heart attack or fainting. Let's come back to code blue as we go through the other ones, and it'll help get me more in the right place. But you're supposed to, your response is you're supposed to remain calm, avoid the area where the code was called, and this is staff only. Okay? I think it's like someone that could be going down in the hallway fainting or, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's go to code yellow for now. Go ahead, Tyler.
It means there's a suspicious package or a bomb threat.
Like you hear that at the airports, right?
Yeah.
Never leave the package alone, da 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 da.
So if you see like a backpack just sitting somewhere randomly, then you have to let someone know.
Right, and you're going to report those suspicious items to security, okay? And I saw a lot of hands here. Nathan, then I see Andrew. Go ahead, Nathan.
I was gonna say that one sounds a little scary.
Anything can happen. We've seen that everywhere. People can get shot in churches and schools, and I mean, unfortunately, we're in a world where we have to look out for these sort of things, right? It's an unfortunate reality of what's going on in our world. Go ahead, Andrew.
So, I mean, if it is a bomb threat, that you could easily get the bomb squad if you know what I mean.
Is that your job?
No.
Mm-mm. So go over this again. You do not get to call a bomb squad, okay? You can tell security or even another Kaiser staff if you can't find security quick enough that you see a suspicious package. But if you were to go there and you were to call the bomb squad, you wouldn't be at Kaiser anymore, okay? That's not our place. That is not our place. That's why they have security. Let's see.
That's what I'm saying is when I was saying you, I mean, what I meant is like one of the staff or something like that.
Okay, but you see it, okay? So if you see the package, what do you do? Are you going to run
Tell someone.
to the hospital to find one of us?
No.
But that could take a lot longer, right? Right? So you're going to go to the nearest security, and if you can't find them soon enough, you're going to let another Kaiser employee know. Okay? So I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Andrew, but I'm just saying that's not what we get to do. Okay?
I understand.
We do not call bomb squad. Okay?
Oh god.
All right. So code pink. And I say Sam.
Oh, pink.
And then I'm going to go to Nathan after that. I mean, I did it again, Devin. Go ahead, Sam.
Code pink is infant addition.
Abductions. That means somebody is trying to steal a baby.
To birth to 1 year to prove a advocate responsible in the event of the application of omitted addition of an effect from the faculty.
Good job. So to provide,
which is carefully for the person who could be. Yeah.
That's all right. I help you with this because there's a lot of big words. Okay. So we don't have this problem as much at our Kaiser because we don't have a neonatal, right? Like babies aren't born at this hospital. They go to other hospitals. Okay. But when there's babies born in hospitals, sometimes people steal babies. And it could also be out of somebody's arms, right? Or out of somebody's anywhere. I mean, people, for a lot of different reasons, unfortunately, steal babies. Some it's because, people can't have babies, or it's because they want to sell them, trade them. I mean, it's horrible the things that can happen in life. Okay, so you wouldn't hear it from like the baby ward because we don't have one. But some people steal babies. Okay.
Why though?
Because maybe it's like someone that's been trying to have a baby all their life and can't have one, and they're obsessed with having a baby, right? Or people steal kids and babies and women, and women they put out for like prostitution or whatever. There are bad people. There's mainly good people, okay? Way more good than bad, but there's bad people that do these things. Okay, and so this is how we try to protect that. So it says to provide an appropriate response in the event of an abduction. An abduction means they took that baby, okay? Or attempted abduction. They tried to and didn't succeed. We still need to let people know because they might try again, right? This isn't a common thing, but it's something that happens, okay? Stefan, I really need to have you sitting up in class. And Jordan, thank you. As soon as I said that to him, you took your hands off your face. Okay. So it can happen. So it says, watch carefully for a person who could be smuggling an infant under a coat, in a bag, a stroller, or other hidden place. Okay. You have to report it to staff. You cannot go up there and try to save that baby yourself. Okay. You can't go up and try to grab this. For one thing, what if you made a mistake? For another thing, what if the baby got dropped? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you can't go out and be the first line hero. You can be the behind the scenes hero to get somebody that can do something about it. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, no, and like also what I was gonna say too was that maybe you end up being stolen too. You never know how strong a person is.
Or someone that's stealing a baby may have a gun, right? True. We want to help, but we don't want to put our own lives in danger either. Okay? These are worst case scenarios. I mean, I've never seen this. This is my 6th year here, but we have to know what to do in case different emergencies happen. Okay? So, Devin, can you tell us about Code Purple?
Yes.
Okay.
It's child abduction or missing child.
Okay, keep going.
to provide an appropriate response in the event of a missing child or the abduction or attempted abduction of a child from the facility.
Yes.
Watch-
So when they say code pink, we're talking newborn under a year, right? Code purple. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that someone took them, but they could have wandered around the hospital and gotten lost, right? So it could just mean that they're missing and their mom or dad, whoever's there with them, doesn't know what happened to them. Go ahead, Nathan.
If you are the one to find the child, should you take the child with you when you go find the adult, or should you just leave the child there?
So in our who can call, it says staff only. So you need to keep an eye on that child. You need to get a hold of somebody right away. Okay? But don't go approach the child. Don't go out, try to go take the child. I mean, that child doesn't know you either, right?
Well, that's kind of what I meant by that, was that not necessarily go physically up to the child, but watch the child as you're calling them to make sure they don't go, somewhere else.
Exactly. And we'll teach you how to use the phones at Kaiser. And there's just a button you can push, and they're on the walls, and they're at the volunteers desk, and there are quite a few phones around. Okay, who was next?
Well, I was going to say something about the child thing, but never mind.
Why? Did we already talk about it?
I thought we were moving on.
Okay, no, if you want to.
Okay, I was going to say, hypothetically, what if we know the child?
That doesn't matter. Okay, that's
what
like.
If we know. Okay.
I know what you're saying, Stefan, but that goes to HIPAA. Does anyone remember what we talked about with HIPAA? Go ahead, Tyler.
Like any patient in the hospital, no matter what age they are, you have to respect their privacy and not only talk to them if they talk to you first.
And that's if you know them, right? That's even if you know them, even if it's your aunt or your next door neighbor, right? You're not supposed to go, hey, hi, what are you doing here today? Right? You can't do that. Even if it's like I've told you, a prisoner with police guards surrounding him, right? Even if it's a famous movie star, everyone has the right to privacy in a hospital. So if they talk to you first, it's okay. But you can't go and talk to them first because that's a big one. HIPAA is a big deal. I've known people that have gotten fired from a job in a hospital because they didn't respect the rights of others. And they didn't even think it was a big deal, right? But to the hospital and to the person, it could be a real big deal. Okay? So you would, yes, you can keep an eye, but you want to let staff know. Okay? So we have code gray. Go ahead, Stefan.
Code gray is convinced, can't say it.
A combative person.
Combative or abusive. Okay, combative or abusive behavior, which basically means the person's being way too aggressive.
You're breaking up a little bit there. That means, and you'll see this emergency. Oh, sorry, Stefan, you're breaking up.
Like a child or another person.
I can't hear you right now, so I'm going to talk about it a little, okay? You don't have a good connection right there.
I said it's where a person's being way too mean to the people around them, right?
Sorry, one more time.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean you're wrong. I mean, I couldn't understand you
very well. It's when a person's too abusive. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, in particular, in the emergency room, you will see situations like this.
Go on.
Okay. people that are coming that are drunk or they're on drugs or they've just been in a wreck or they've just been in a big fight and they're really angry, right? You want to stay away from those people, okay? Chances are, and anyone, so it even says volunteers here that you can let people know, but the main thing they're saying for you to do is just stay away from that suspect. I mean, I've been in there when they had like 4 security guards on a room because these people are going, so you just want to stay away from those situations. They've also had it since it's been COVID because right now only one person can go in and visit the person in the hospital, right? Whether they have COVID or not, just because of the COVID rules. At first, when COVID was new and really bad, no one could go and visit anyone unless they were dying. So now one person can go and visit. But like whole families and different cultures, right? All different kinds of people from all different kinds of places, they'll come up to like the front of the hospital and be told only one person can go in, and they can become quite violent with that. Okay, so you definitely want to give your space around people like that. Okay, but security is no joke at Kaiser. There's a lot of security and they're on it like bam. Okay, so I'm not trying to scare any of you. These are just scenarios that could possibly happen, but we do have great security and they don't mess around. Okay, so I mean, it's like they're not. I don't know, but they really take care of these things. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, that's a little much, but they do. They surround the situation. They take care of it. Don't be scared, but don't walk in and want to go, hey, can I help calm you down? That's not the time to do that. Even if we are people that can help bring others calmness in life, that's not the time or the place. Okay. Like Royce, he can help calm me a lot. And he's very calm and soothing like that. But I wouldn't want Royce to go up to an out of control patient or visitor and try to handle it on his own, because one of my jobs is to keep y'all safe. Right? I want you to be able to go home and come back again. That's the goal. Okay. Code Silver. Go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry, I saw you.
I know that one pretty well. It's where you. I think I just lost my train of thought.
Okay, who wants to take Code Silver? All right, Clad had his hand up for last time, so go ahead, Clad.
All right. Let's see. Code Silver. Active shooter. To provide an appropriate response in the event of an incident involving a person with a gun. Code Silver. Active assailant. To provide an appropriate response in the event of an incident involving a person with a weapon.
Okay, and
move away from doors to a secure room. Remain calm, and it can only be called by staff only.
But for volunteers, it tells us what?
Huh?
You just read it. The part that we're supposed to do is the middle section, our response. What's our response to a Cold Silver?
Cold Silver.
It's
Let's
the
see.
middle.
Move away.
You don't have this, right?
No, I have that.
Okay. So what's the response? The middle one.
Let's see. It says move away from doors to a secure room. Remain calm.
Okay. You don't want to be out in the hallways so someone's running through with guns. The chances of them going into a smaller room are way less than if you're just out there in the hallways and you're blocking their exit, right? So it's kind of like when we practice the lockdowns at Lower Ruff, right? When we have to go in a room, we get down on the ground, we have the lights off, we be quiet, and we have the door locked. That's the kind of thing you want to do if there's an active shooter. Okay, again, these are rarities. I've never seen this happen either, but you all have seen the news, right? These things can happen these days. They just can. And it doesn't matter if you're in a hospital or where you are, but this is just the hospital's guide for your safety in the account that something like that might happen. Okay? I don't want to scare you all that you don't want to go there. I mean, this is just for anything in life, right? You have to be prepared. Go ahead, Nathan.
No, like one of my things that I go by is life is unpredictable because you don't know what's gonna happen. You could be safe one time and then out of nowhere something bad could happen, and this could be a place that you've been going to for years.
Yeah, I mean, you see that one that happened in the market 2 weeks ago? That's right up at El Camino and Watt, which is very close to where I live. I mean, it was people just doing grocery shopping, right? And it's a cultural sort of a market. And the one man that was just holding his daughter's hand got shot and killed while holding her hand, you know, and this was someone even from their culture. He shot like 3 people. I mean, it happens. And so everyone needs to have a plan for in case these things happen. Don't go and try to be the hero, most likely. But in some scenarios, you know, people are, like with the 9/11, when the passengers, you know, diverted. I mean, anyway, those things happen, but you got to really think hard if you want to be the hero, right? And that's not what Kaiser wants you to do. Jonathan?
Oi.
Can you tell me what code silver is? What's that mean? You don't have to be able to read it, but what's that mean, code silver?
Code silver?
The one we were just talking about. What's that mean?
I feel sad now.
Don't feel sad. Don't feel sad, guys. There's a lot of great things about what we do. This is just why they have these codes, because you have to remember, even with our safety, we're talking about. I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, God.
You have to have a.
You were talking to John about it.
What's that, Stefan?
I was telling you, you were talking to Jonathan about it.
Right. So Jonathan, code silver means someone has a gun.
Oh, how's it good? Oh.
Okay. Now that's the part I want you to remember today. Okay. Code silver means someone has a gun. Okay.
Okay.
Let me ask you about it again. All right. We have just 2 more color codes. I think we can probably get through them, and then we'll go to the other stuff another time. Okay. Code orange. Go ahead, Nathan.
Oh,
Andrew's favorite thing, hazardous materials incident. To provide an appropriate response to any actual or substance hazardous material spilled or released in a manner that is safe for staff. Is that parents? Parental?
Patients.
Oh, patients and visitors.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is continue working unless area is contained.
Affected.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, you know, we work with chemicals, right? And we work with a lot of things in a hospital, right? People's blood, people's bodily fluids, chemicals, all of these sort of things, right? And we don't want to touch these things. Okay? So we're gonna let staff know, and we're just gonna stay away from it. It doesn't mean we have to freak out. People don't want you freaking out when you're staff at Kaiser, right? Because what's that happen to patients and visitors? If you're freaking out,
everybody else
freak out.
Yeah, everybody starts freaking out, and then you got a hot mess, right? So we just need to be calm, let somebody know, and stay out of the way. It's not a reason to stand there and stare like a looky-loo in a wreck, right? You need to keep doing your job after you let someone know, but you stay away from that area. Go ahead, Nathan.
I was gonna say it's like a chain reaction. If you panic, then everybody else panics, and then when everybody else panics, who knows what happens next? You could get trampled. Someone else could get trampled. It get messy. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean we're clean, right? We're not a volunteer, but nor are we hired by Kaiser. But we need to help with Kaiser. We keep it clean. We say hello to the people. We help keep things calm. We listen if people have, want to vent for a minute. It's very important at Kaiser that you're friendly, that you're engaged, that you're making sure that the members and are happy. If you see people walking around the hallway and they don't know what to do or where they're going, Jordan, what do we do?
Walking around the hospital and you see someone where they don't know where they're going, you show them you help them find where they're going. You don't tell them, you don't point and go, it's over there. Because that's not going to tell them anything. That's just like, you just pointed and told me it's over there.
Right. So you're going to take them if you know how to get there. And if you don't know how to get there, Royce, what are you going to do?
Show them.
Well, I mean, if you don't know how to get that place yourself, are you just going to go, sorry, I don't know how to get there. Good luck. Or what else could you do? Go ahead, Nathan.
Oh no, that was a bad time. I was gonna say that, not necessarily tell them that I can't help you, but let's go. Pretty much like it's an attitude of let's go find it together, kind of thing, or find somebody who does know where that is.
Bingo. Okay. Because it's at first you're not going to know where every single department is and every floor. It takes a little while to learn the hospital. Okay. You're never going to leave them hanging. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm busy and I don't know where it is. I wish you good luck. That's not going to fly. Okay. Because they're very, very big on customer satisfaction or member satisfaction. Okay. So if you don't know, ask somebody. All right, we only have 3 minutes. Jonathan, what's code silver mean?
What the God?
Thank you very much. All right, code green, the missing high-risk person. So it says to provide an appropriate response in the event of an eloping/missing patient. So what's elope mean? Go ahead. Tyler?
I think that means they're trying to get away from the hospital and they're a patient.
They're trying to escape. They don't want to be there anymore. The night I stayed in there, I kind of tried to escape. And boy, I found out what security means there. I was like, I'm not staying here anymore. I hate it. I'm leaving, right? You don't get to do that. I learned, right? Because I had to have some of that security around my door, and I was like, oh. So because sometimes they're trying to get out. Maybe it's because they're on a lot of meds, right? And they don't even really realize where they are right that minute. There's a lot of different reasons why patients want to escape, right? Maybe someone came in, I don't know, these are hard scenarios I'm giving you, but maybe somebody came in with a bullet wound, right? They're going to call the police. Right? They're going to call the police. You're not going to just get to go in and have a bullet wound treated and leave. So say you were, anyways. So they might be going in to try to save their lives really quick, but hit the road before they get in trouble with the law. There's a lot of different reasons, right? But mainly I think it's just because they can be on a lot of different medications in a hospital and people can get kind of disoriented in their mind and in their location. Okay? So we have like just over a minute. Does anyone have let me finish that. Sorry. So we're supposed to listen for the overhead PA description. And if we see that person, we're supposed to report it to security. Okay. So if they just put that out on the microphone for the whole hospital and you see this person running by that fits that description, you want to get to a phone right away. Okay. And get security there. But are you going to tackle that person? No, not. Okay.
Because they could have a weapon on them, or they could be a lot stronger than you.
Yeah, and they could be very
submit.
Things are on too. The adrenaline, go ahead, Nathan.
Don't submit medications.
I was gonna say, kind of like what you're going off
Hold
of.
on, Nathan.
Like,
Stefan didn't finish. Go ahead, Stefan. Sorry.
I was gonna say, don't certain medications like make people really strong when they get like that?
Well,
So when you attack them, they look weak, but they're really not weak.
I don't know that it makes them so strong, but it makes like the psychosis strong, right? And so sometimes just that fight or flight, it gives you great strength, right? So if you've decided you are getting out of that hospital and you're on these kind of meds and it's like, I have to go, I have to get out. That's almost like being able to, lift the car off of your kid or something, right? You can get really strong because of those sort of things. All right, so Nathan, you had a last thing and then our class is over.
I was gonna say like kind of what you're going off of, but also just in general, like it's a very interesting thing because sometimes when people get like that, they're not necessarily immune, but they kind of don't feel like pain, like you said, they just want to get out of there. And when it comes like to that kind of thing, they can be very dangerous in like certain standpoints. That's why security is there.
That's right. Okay, so we must go. So please have all papers that I have asked for prepared for tomorrow. I don't know if you'll use them or not, but all these things I've asked you to have prepared, they should be sitting there beside you. Go ahead, Stefan.
Could you resend the codes to me so I can print those and I can print the
Stefan,
three papers here to my dad.
Okay. I need you to look for them or work with your one-on-one or work with one of the students in the class that can help you. Because guys, I am really busy for resending things. I mean, it's hard on me when y'all don't do your parts, right? So you can work with your staff or you can work with any student because everyone received them. This codes one, I think I sent on October 2nd, I believe. Okay. You're just saying because you want it for your dad, Stefan? Can someone send Stefan a copy?
I have all the codes.
Will you send them to Stefan and his dad?
Sure. I'll send them to Stefan, and I'm sure he'll relay it to his father.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Print off of yours as well. Okay. Sam, are you feeling good about today's meeting? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound excited.
Oh, God.
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna print the papers out yesterday, but Dad kind of forgot to get one more ink thing. We got the ink, but we got the wrong one.
Okay.
The printer.
Well, you also know how to ride the bus and return things, right? But your dad's home today, correct? So maybe he can help you today.
He's gonna. Yeah. He has to go change it in the ink to get the right one because they used their credit card. So I can't get it. I can't change it.
Okay. So we're really over time. Eleanor, did you have your hand up?
Yes.
Yes.
I did not have that paper.
You did not print the paper?
Yeah.
Okay. So get them printed, okay? It's really hard when half you're prepared and the other half aren't. Right? I mean, in a way, I should honor the ones that are and make the rest of you sit there bored, but I don't want to do that either. Right? I want you all to be able to get as much as you can out of what we're doing. Okay. I will see you all tomorrow morning. You'll be meeting with Yvonne this afternoon. Please be able to discuss the email mentor, anything that you have gotten done, because I don't have a journal prompt for you today. Okay?
All right.
discuss your email mentor. If no one has that to discuss, then you can talk about your codes if you would like. But email mentor comes first, okay?
All right.
Morning.
All right.
See you at 12:30.
See you, Cherry, and have a good Columbus Day.
Oh yeah, thank you. I forgot about that. Bye,
That's
everyone.
today.
Bye.
Columbus
Bye.
Day.
Bye, Royce. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, that's